Fine. Hey, was that the blunt? What a surprise, the blunt one's on there. Take that. The next meeting. We'll have my money before close.
Smith?
Yeah, present.
Hall?
Here.
Bills?
Present.
Curtis?
What's wrong?
Raymond?
Present.
Peterson?
Yeah.
Public comments?
Yeah. Yesterday, I was at the tax committee. And I was alarmed after they increased the levy again for the public health department. The public health department has been downsized, don't have a building to maintain, and the levy is higher for them every year than it has been what it was before. They claim they need $750,000 cushion because the state recommends that. They don't recommend that for like coverage, they might recommend it for a much larger county and a larger population. Besides, the word recommend was key. We set that cushion, not the state. We set the levy, not the state. That's the only way we control the money for the health department, by setting the levy.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but it's kind of alarming to me that it's been higher every year than the last, every year. They're looking for a cushion of $750,000 of our taxpayers' money. We're responsible for our taxpayers for that money. That's all, you'll see it.
Yeah, no, I think we're pretty high for capital levy. And we did let it stay up because we knew the state was broke, but,
And Troy, well, boy, I tell you what, don't cover what the state, we cover what our taxpayers can cover. If the state don't cover their money, then it's another problem. We don't cover the state's money with our taxpayers' money. That's not right.
no, it's not. Well, tell you what, we'll sure as hell, they'll let us do it more than once if we do it. Well, what do you got in there for cash?
It's 100 for 4 years in a row, and the max tax rate is 5.30. I request 400 in there. The tax committee voted to recommend we 81.
The originally started about 210,000. That's what they also, the figure, he was given a figure, 210,000 was the right amount. Mr. Schultz, or Mr. Schuler, the first started arguing about money, and they okay.
What is your actual cash balance now?
The cash balance that I project we have at the end of the fiscal year is about $750,000.
What is your cash balance right now?
Right now, as of today, it's right around $900,000.
But you still got a property tax thing coming too, of what?
Yes.
How much is that?
Another 100,000. 200. No, 100. No, I got 50 yesterday. Yes, it dropped yesterday. Oh, another 100,000 coming. That 900,000 is what I got yesterday. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the truth. For the first 10, we're in month 11 of fiscal year 16. For the first 10 months, I wasn't sure that we were going to get state payments. Every committee meeting say that the state owed us this amount of money. So I spent the first 10 months not ordering supplies, equipment, things that we need, capital improvements that we needed done. I kept telling the board of health that we would only send that money if we got the state payments in. Because I didn't want to end up in the red for my budgeted year. So I waited, and so for 10 months, we literally did not order the things that we needed. And we lived through. Because I didn't want to send that money until we got that state money in. So last Thursday, I said at Policy Procedure Committee that we had finally gotten in the rest of our state money that we were owed. So should I have been spending that money all along and waiting until now until we had it in hand? So it didn't make it look like we had so much cash? But those are needed things, the things that are in the budget. I'm not going to be spending now just because we haven't spent it. I'm going to be ordering things that were already and I gave a budget justification paper to the Board of Health and Health Committee, and they knew that those purchases were coming, or should have if they had looked at it. I didn't order them, we didn't make those purchases until I had the money in hand. Was that the wrong thing to do? I'm still standing by it. I still don't think I should have spent that money until now, until I have it. But had I spent it over the course of the year, then it would show that we needed the tax levy. But I didn't spend it over the course of the year because I didn't want to spend it because I wasn't 100% sure we would get those payments from the state. But they did come. And now it's something that we need. I need to replace computers. I got a desk, I told the tax committee that we screwed together so many times and we're really on it, and now we're duct taping it. We've got things that we need to purchase. We need, we're working on a living through on an AED. We need an AED, we need a travel AED, so that when we go out and do something, we've got an AED with us. There are purchases that need to be made. I just didn't make them all along. So that cash balance was, the estimate that Dale had was based on an estimate that he thought we would end the year at $1 million. So he was going to cut my request by $190,000. But I'm explaining to the tax committee on Tuesday that by my estimation, I figured maybe I did all my night figuring. We are going to end the year with a cash balance of about $750,000, not $1 million. So Dale reconsidered, and he voted for $380 instead of the $210, which we had requested $400. The other issue is that for next year's budget, and I made my budget and my presentation to the Health Committee, I budgeted to use $380,000 of the tax levy. So if the tax levy is lower than that for next year, I obviously either have to redo the budget, but I have to find $190,000 to cut because I can't spend over what I budget for the year. So that cash balance isn't something that I can just get into at any time. I don't want to operate in a red budget.
For the current year, you're saying you would never, you're not saying you can't pass the deficit budget, because we do pass deficit budgets in many of our funds. If we're over, if we have too high of a cash balance and we're doing it in like the workers' comp fund and the liability fund, the unemployment fund, we are levying less than next year's expenses. So in next year's budget, that's why we do the fund balance roll forward. In the first 2 pages of the budget package is a fund balance roll forward. It shows your estimated ending balance, cash, 9/30/2016. Then next year's revenue, next year's expenditures, and then your estimated cash balance in that fund, November 30th of 2017. So we do pass, the board passes, and I don't know of any law that precludes us from not doing it. Jim, you can speak to that, that you can deficit spend in a year. You're saying you don't want to do that for next year.
I was point blank, and I came here by several board members, that if I spent one penny over the approved budgeted amount, it was illegal.
No.
Oh,
So I've been careful not to do that.
no, but, what is your budget? 400?
For next year,
Yeah.
1.1 million.
And you carry it in, you think you're gonna carry in 700 and...
Yes.
And I've been working on your cash balance, your cash estimates, along with all the rest of them. I'm going to have you look at this, because my estimates are that you're going to be close to $1 million.
I just explained that I have purchases that need to be made that I held off for.
And in my estimates, I maxed out, to get to that $1 million, I maxed out your CapEx line. Anything that looked arbitrarily low, I maxed those out to the budgeted amount. I'll send you the spreadsheet and you can go ahead and go through it, because we'll have to get that shored up for the budget that's going to post in a couple of weeks. We have to have that estimated cash balance.
The argument was that an outbreak occurred, needs a lot of money to take care of it. Has anybody had an outbreak occurred in the last 30 or 40 years? I don't know.
Well,
Why don't you give the sheriff $200,000 for it? He needs cars and stuff all the time. Why do we have to just get rid of it?
but we also took into account that we have all these refugees coming in that are bringing diseases that weren't never here before. That's why we did support the funding that we did. But in our budget, we try to carry 6 months of our budget. We've never managed to get that high. I mean, we carry 1.8, 1.9. We should be about 2.6, 2.7,
So 700
just to pay the bills. Just to pay the bill. That's what a department does.
$750,000 over 6 months.
Not much. Our operating expenses are anywhere between $110,000 and $120,000 a month. So 6 months of operating budget, we are right about that.
So if your figures are accurate, and you need to go through this with her, you're roughly, if you're 700,000 that's what we should be aiming for is 2.6 for our budget. We'll never get there. You know, there just is no extra money.
My main concern is every year since this good health department formed, that levy is higher than it was for a larger health department with a building to maintain. There's a problem there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we need to look at the numbers. We can bring it up and go forward and discuss it. Make sure our numbers are right, guys. I mean, this is our job, you know, we need to scrutinize it. Okay. Any other public comment? We move on with the agenda. Randy, you're up.
We're working on renewal insurance. All renew, most of it renews on one. We have preliminary numbers of what we think it's going to come in at for next year. We're in the budget. Shouldn't be any surprises. Just a lot back and forth right now.
What's the danger signs on the workman's comp?
That's going to be the big one.
Yeah.
It depends a little bit on, I think what we did those estimates a couple months ago, and they said it would depend a little bit on how the rest of the year went. Not good.
Not good.
But I think the highest increase, we budgeted for the highest increase, they said, assuming we had bad experience for the last 3 months of the year, and that's in there. I don't remember what the number was.
Well, the estimate we used, well, we said it would be between 11 and 23%. I used 20, but that was before Clint. So I'm a little worried.
I mean, historically, the county had an incredibly good run.
Yeah.
And it's
The shoe can drop in.
Right. It's just coming, you know, it's just one of the things. We really can't take too much credit for a good run, and it really, it's the luck of the draw. Yeah, it's just not good right now. And if, you know, next year is good, it'll go back down again, but it just depends on six runs.
Well, have a good one. Thanks. You're up.
Well, we're just trying to wait for the annual dogs for compliance and dental trauma. Right now, PCP to age range is running at 10%, which is very good. Norm is 18 to 23%, so we're below the norm. We did receive the help of the Lions Medical Advanced Rule that I got over to Anita as well. We'll just wait to hear back on how you guys want to proceed with that. In the past, we've done the letters to retirees, and I'm more than happy to do those activities this year and explain everything, and then we'll set a date when all the months in December will be available for them to come in and ask any questions that they have.
Right.
And other than that, the vision comparison, we'll just wait to hear back on if the employees want to switch over back to VSP from IMED, and we're able to get a 4-year rate review for that. So we're just
Right, and it is similar to what we saw, I think, 2 years ago. We talked about this, that the VSP plan is like 12-something a month.
Yes, it's 1268 a month for an employee compared to the 640 IMED.
IMED.
And
So-
only have 2 years, only 2 years left on the rate years I might have, and this will be a 4-year rate year. With the
So what'll happen is next week I'll get letters to all the employees to go out with their paychecks so that they can take a vote on whether or not they want to stay with IMED or go with VSP and change. The only thing that's tricky, when you look at, and that's the mistake we made 2 years ago, if you look at the overall coverages,
Sure.
it looks like it's quite comparable.
But when you get more into detail and you pick it apart, then you see what the differences are.
Right.
Because it's not. Right. And we have that now too, if you want, well, you have to have the.
Right. Right, I will send it with. So,
Other than that, staying quiet on the claim side and things like that, I think things are running pretty good.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, have a great day.
Sounds good. Department head. Jim? Nothing? Who's next over there? There's a whole group of you. Mindy?
The distribution did drop yesterday in the account. We are at 97.4% collected for real estate taxes, so, which is about average. Publication will happen this week in the local newspapers, and the tax sale is Monday, October 24th. I think that's all I have for now.
The state, I didn't get a chance to look at any of the paperwork. State up to date on everything?
Yeah, they're coming along fine. Total, we're at over 2 million collected this year so far, this year, and last year total was 2.2 million, so.
We're doing great.
Yeah.
That's the Achilles heel that kills right there. They stop paying. Yeah, well, thank you. You're up.
I don't really have anything. We're just voting.
no, it's not valid.
Okay. That's it? Thank you. Gary?
Still have one out on workman's comp, the other one is that light duty, so getting paid, through the regular channel of payment, not workman's comp. I guess broken record, BP things are on, for 6 years, during budget time, I've made the committee aware that the car situation, and I know it looks like going into next at least 3 this year. What I would like to do is after the October expenses come in, and we're looking at the last month, if there's any funds available, at least to have a discussion. The 3 unmarked cars that I've talked about the last 6 years, you're anywhere from 14 to 11 years old. They're all pushing. One's over 200,000, the other 2 are pushing that. And those are squads that the 2 investigators and myself drive. Purpose being, in some areas we have to go into that isn't conducive for a car to get into, and a lot of the equipment that we carry around, I've got cameras, I've got evidence collecting, kits and stuff that you don't want when Trump bouncing around and it gets hot in summer, cold in the winter, and dusty as you're going down that road. So there are state bids on those vehicles, which are at a considerable discount from what the general public buys them for, and it's nothing that these aren't Sunrise Entertainment Center and all that kind of stuff. These are cloth seats, 4-wheel drive SUVs that they've got a suspension. The general public driver, I've got a big alternator, battery, this and that, and run that equipment to be used. So I'd like to look at if there's any funds available in the last month of this budget year that we could possibly go forward on that. We're putting a lot of money in big things on them, and now we'll make more dining ourselves with them as well. We've got brake lines and
sensors or this and that that are going out now because of the ages they are, and
Well, we're working on that. We're trying to get you your 5 car.
I understand that, and I appreciate that, I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, I-
I would like to at least have the conversation next month after we look at the expenses that come in off of October. What's left in my budget after the anticipated expenses in November, and what, if anything, we can do with that.
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping. I think we need to look into it and get it moving. So, I'm trying to do it.
I understand that, and I appreciate that. Other than that, our calls, judicially yesterday, our calls are still, we're running about 2% higher than last year. And we've had people hurt first year, which makes things a little more stressful on the personnel that we have out there, getting things covered. But we're plodding along and hoping 2017 will help our year for us.
Mhm. Is that it?
That's it.
Snyder?
Campaign one was concluded, this was about fire safety this year, it was really well received by all kids and personal care. So it was a positive year as far as that goes. Push the public safety tax, anything that we're talking about is obviously get patrols on the road. We're talking about 2 patrols on the road along by cars, and then out there one dispatch. And you guys know we can make 400,000, that takes about 325,000, so it leaves a little bit extra for the other entities, so possibly things or whatever could happen from that. The only question that I have to have you guys remember at the end of November, the contracts are up for all these entities. So we really need to be thinking, what you're going to do as far as contracts go. I'm telling the people that, as we talked before, it depends on when you do the contract that you're doing before November 8th, you're not going to know anything about public safety tax that you do after November 8th. But yeah, we still won't be receiving that money to well into the 2027 year. So, I'm telling them this year the cost could be raised. So the public safety tax does have that, they would need to be lower, for the coming year, so that's something, you only got that.
Well, doesn't some of them, if regardless, would have to pay us out of their next year's budget, which is like May or something next year?
But they budgeted, fire example, they budgeted $900 to be used on December 1st to November 31st.
Well, hopefully, if it passes, they can maybe get a little bit of a break.
Yeah. But I don't know what I guess because November 30th, they're up, and then dispatch is going to have any funding other than you.
Well, we need to-
November 1st, and I don't think 163,000 or whatever, under 80,000.
Who deals with that?
The county board was open.
Yeah, right.
County board told cars are not running. So county board,
Yeah, but which division of the county board deals with that? I'm gonna be out of here in another month. I got one more meeting after.
Your term doesn't end until November 30th, when the contract.
Right, the contracts are up November 30th.
Well, then we need to pursue that.
Right. It's a problem, because
Mr.
what's
Chairman.
going to happen,
They're gonna go out, we're not gonna wait for public safety tax is done. Can't hope and pray, kinda get them out now.
Yeah, we can't wait. We need to get it out, so we've got plenty.
You can adjust something down the line, you gotta get it out now.
All right.
And then, we are RTC, when it was on local, we allowed last week, so we were ready to go come here and bring in this time.
Okay. All right. Tom?
Real quickly, currently juvenile have to be brought back at detention for 40 hours for the excluding holiday weekend. The federal law about county police feel about that, they need to be brought back at 40 hours for CPS. In response to that, the chief judge of the county issued that juvenile detention will be held every day. So what point of all this is, and I talked to Chief Judge Kick late yesterday about this, is we're going to go to the restaurant soon, and they will be going on the director, we'll remove that back, with 40 hours, including holiday, which means, you got court offender, the sheriff's got to open courthouse, and have this hearing. parents get notice. So it's going to be, we're going to get a meeting, put together about the AYC, administrators are from the course where the person is not qualified. So I don't have to bring that up just now because I don't know if I can impact that of this. I don't know how many are fine, but, you know, it's going to be an issue, it's going to be difficult. Especially KT and Church, but we're bringing it back from Lane County or, you know, Joliet. A little more difficult than Will County where everything's over. So I'm going to know, hopefully we'll get another number out here soon. That'd be good. And it's over, I don't know how to work. If that's the bigger route, or the sheriff or the big attorney, then it is my office. We have to get called all either. The attorney's got to do a report. Pre-petition, petition together for the mine, all that stuff. Sheriff will put out here. Transport. So anyway, I'll be real quick, but I just want to say that real quick, which is kind of handled that.
Okay, thank you. Bob?
Kind of really know where I'm at right now. I'm catching up in the office for our money going on, and we're getting ready, we're getting close to getting published, and that's about it right now.
Okay. Eric, I can see you. How about you? Got it?
Well, yeah, I had an interview for any meeting for months, you know, my knowledge, what I'm up to. In September, I went to the annual IEMA Summit, and a number of different including one session about Grand County Housing Fair, let's learn how to put out routes to Illinois, integrated rural public warning systems, and water crisis, when I'm not talking, etc. I also have the opportunity to sit on a panel for post-disaster recovery planning, where I was asked about recovery operations after last year's flood, and my work with that long-term recovery. I received a professional development series certificate in my summit to show that I've been taking classes I need to do. Next year I might get my professional certificate. After the LG had the full exercise in August, I drafted an actual improvement plan, and with help of my I was approved by the LEC at the 2027 September meeting. My volunteer assistant, Mike Johnson, has been working on creating an emergency operations plan that will list all available resources in the county and contact information for all resources. So that was one project that I'm happy working on. I've done work on a new state requirement called the Illinois Hazard Identification Risk Assessment, or another acronym, IRA. This will be used not only by me to track the county self-sufficiency threats and our ability to deal with them, but also be used by the state to make sure that we're progressing in our ability to deal with hazard threats that affect us. I went to Joint Exception Safety and Operations Integration Training in Lincoln late September, and I went to that full-scale exercise in Lincoln yesterday. This will help me my annual exercise requirements that I have to go to, and also evaluate training for me on how to run an EOC and a tornado, and I'll be doing another full-scale exercise in Woodford County this Saturday. Meeting with the environment, I'll be getting the radio about, and CC board, teamwork on the active treatment plan for the hazard plan, and resource plan DOT. Also, on the 3rd of November, I'll be hosting an e-course called Disaster Assistance Process. During the day, all day, but it's a great course to have, and I think it's very valuable for any elected official want to go. And if anybody wants any literature, talk to me, I'll graduate on the IEMA website, and then we'll go over logistics of what happened then of getting disaster assistance, not only from the federal government, but other agencies, and also how, what my role is during that time, the information I need to gather, and then push up to the state, and how all that information sharing progresses. On. That's what I got. Any questions?
Anybody? Thank you. Dee?
Let's let it right away. Yesterday we arranged to add another clinic schedule. Will be our press release. This will be the addition at a Gilman. There's my part is good. A lot of people wait for October to flu shot. They don't. The majority of the people start getting it in October. So we are geared up and ready to go, and they're underway. We also have the capability of billing insurance here, so people don't have to upfront the money for their flu shot. We are able to get many insurances, so that helps a lot of people who struggle to come up with money to upfront it and wait for reimbursement from their insurance company. We do that as a service that residents of White County. Our billing service will come up above that, but it's coming along nicely. And we're very pleased with that. I've spoken to many board members about outbreaks. So I don't want to go that out there, but we want to remind them that we don't have a test, I have a specific DEVA levy. Your White County does not have a DEVA levy. So, the responsibility of the outbreak involved financially under your White County Public Health Department, and I just want you to have that in mind as well.
Okay. You should give us some more information on that TV levy, what that amount to.
Different counties have their own TV levies, and they determine the amount. Each county determines their own. So, I'd like for me to find out what other counties have for TV levy, what rate they're levying at, and that kind of thing. I've always known that it was responsibility of the health department to have the outbreak. Not only do we have our guidelines from the Illinois Department of Health and Safety of an outbreak of something like TB, but that's it. Champaign County had an outbreak. Green County had a measles outbreak. King County had a TB outbreak. They had over 125 people that had active tuberculosis that they had to mitigate. Those things can really are unreal. I spoke to the health committee a few months ago about another county, and nearby county had an XDR case, and the one case that was on the county was $1,000 because they had this person in a pressure room, they had to get isolated, they had to get flown on airplanes, medical treatment, and the county had to share that cost with their health department had to bear that cost. So I think they not plan for those types of things, or not have a way to deal with the problem immediately, when you're responsible, what's important to them. People are asked, but that's help. They want food, they want water to drink, they want vaccines for children, they want disease control, they want us out there putting prevention and control measures in place to stop the spread of these, so that the rest of the population is safe. I hope that the county knows what we do to them every day and how we protect them. Because this is a in the United States is public health infrastructure.
Okay, get together with Dee. We would recommend we get together with Anita, or Anita. I get you guys mixed up. I'm sorry. And give us accurate numbers so if this comes up in the board, we can discuss it with accurate numbers. Okay?
I'll email you the spreadsheet, and then you can take a look and see what I've missed, but, yeah.
Okay.
You can go through my calculations, so.
Yeah, I'll go over and the need for the health department that I have not shared outside of the health department, other than the Board of Health.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, we need to discuss the budget. 17, fiscal year 17.
Okay, so, moving to the point of having a budget to post. There have been a few things. This is, I think, a rather easy one. Joel sent me a new revised budget for motor fuel tax that is different from the one you all saw in July. And there's really just a couple lines. And unfortunately, he's not here, so I'll probably say it wrong, but,
Yeah, he touched base with me.
Russ was going to talk about.
Well, what it is, because it looks like we were going to take a cash settlement on road repairs up in the wind farm district.
Right.
And that money, when it comes through, it really needs to come into this year's budget that we're projecting. And so he feels the best place to put it is in the motor fuel tax income side. And so it will be...
So you'll see that up here in the top line in revenue. You see the original, there's a little gray line. So in 2016 budget, that's the revised budget he gave me. The other side of the gray line is the initial budget that he gave. So then, and then there's a column that says the change. So initially he had said 930,000 in revenue, and his revised is 3.4 million. So an increase of about 2.5 million in revenue. And then if you look down below, contractors and supplies, he's showing the offset of spending $1 million. So whereas his initial request was to spend $500,000 in contractors and supplies, his revised is 1.56. So the increase there. You'll see also a slight increase in the salary line. He received a revised number from the state of Illinois for his salary, for the engineer's salary. So you see a little bump there of $1,000. So those are the lines that changed on that one.
So basically, you're only 52,000 difference from one to the other, bottom line here.
No, no, your difference, your change is 1.4 million here. Yeah.
Okay.
So it went from a deficit spend next year of 52,000 to a positive. So his reserve balance will increase by $1.4 million. So
It's important to note that money, that settlement is for fixing roads up after they're done.
Yeah.
So
And it won't
not
get...
free.
You're right, yeah. It's not just free money, and it's not... Yeah, that's one thing I question about it being under the motor fuel tax heading, because, you know, if you see the heading of motor fuel tax,
Yeah, you can't get on it.
you assume that it comes off of fuel tax sales. It's not. And so, I don't know what we did in the past, because I think we did have a line item, I thought years ago when we had the Sheldon, that we had to put some money, and I know we've had issues with even state slab money coming in before we had but he feels this is the best place, so at this point, I would have to trust his judgment.
right.
In general, the county practice, they clap us.
You got one?
You need to vote on that separate from all
Well,
that stuff.
we can
No,
take it all
it'll just be
together.
part of the whole budget that we approved to post.
We just thought before we forget it.
Yep. I got a new one from NIDA this week. I still don't think it's final. She's thinking she's going to get me a final one around the 18th of this month yet for 911, but I think we shored up, or we haven't seen any changes in joint dispatch. That is what it is. But her board will approve it at their next meeting, right? On the 18th. So that's going to be cutting it close. I'm going to try and use her estimated numbers before, because it takes me several weeks to estimate cash balances, rolling cash balances, and then I have to do 3 columns, this year's estimated and next year's forecast, etc. So I told her I'll probably user estimates, and then once we get the final, I can't post till we get her final approved budget. But that's pending yet to that piece.
Does that affect us being able to put the budget on display?
Yeah, because I'll need her final before I can post it, because that's in the whole package that goes out. So it'll be out there, but I think we can work through the numbers before, and so that I can get my reports done and in and be ready to post, and just wait until she gives me that final okay to post it. Then the only other piece is general fund, which you've got is obviously where we spend the biggest amount of our time. So what you have in front of you is all the iterations of the general fund across in each column. And then listed below is from everyone's initial submission, every change that we've made to try to get this to balance. So every finance committee meeting we've had, we've talked through these changes that we made to get to the next estimated budget, okay? So all along each column, and the dates are at the top, where you've looked at each one of those, what we've talked through already. I don't know that we need to go through all the history of the ones we've talked about the last 2 months, but if you look at the very bottom, there are quite a few changes, or several changes we made since the last special finance meeting on September 15th. So, if we want to talk, I did make a copy for you. A lot of them have to do with the maintenance department in the administration building. So I made copies of that line item by line item so that we can talk through those changes. And this is similar to the MFT fund one I just gave you, where the FY17 budget column is the revised, the current. And then on the other side of the shaded is the initial request and then the change. So you can see it's laid out. What we have talked about and what this reflects is sharing the maintenance person in with the courthouse again. And so you'll see that reduction there, where it's only half of a person. And I did make an offsetting adjustment in sheriff's budget, which I shared with him yesterday. So he'll bear half that cost, we'll bear half of it in the management or maintenance department here for administration. And then there's 2 line items that are new that came up Monday at the management committee meeting. The first is that committee voted to approve a 3-year snow plow contract for $8,500 a year. So you see service contracts increased by $8,500. That's the third line. It doesn't include the salt, but I'll tell you, and we can talk about that right now. If you look at the repairs and maintenance line, Larry, and you guys can share this. The repairs and maintenance line to me looks high. We really haven't spent much money in that line the last 2 years. 2 years ago, we spent $30,000 in 15. In 15, we spent $30,000 there. But 15 of it was for that glycol replacement. So in actual repairs, the true recurring number is more like $15,000. This year, we're pacing at about $9,000. So it's really low. So in my mind, I moved that down to 25 to get the budget to balance. But in my mind, the money from the salt could come out of there. In theory, when I was first doing the budget, I took all of the snow plowing and salt out of service contracts, saying, I know repairs and maintenance is a little high, but we would be purchasing the salt. Well, now that the contractor will be doing salt, I still think it can come from repairs and maintenance line. Does that make sense? Okay. I don't want to over budget it and then have a bunch of money sitting there, but still cover everything. And then Chris Landstrom, I think, Landstrom from Twin Cities Energy, who is an energy consultant, and he works to get us bids for our electricity and our natural gas. And he made a presentation to the maintenance committee on Monday, management committee, and he said, we've been in a 3-year contract which ends November 30th. And he told us based on our usage, he thinks we will spend an extra $10,000 next year in electricity costs over what we've been paying the last 2 to 3 years. Well, the estimate in the maintenance department was based on our last 3-year trend, and so it's too low. That would say that instead of 80,000, we're pacing this year at 77, and last year we were at 80. So I had 80 in there, and I upped it to 90. So that's another hit that came just from Monday. So if you look at all that, it kind of, the net difference isn't much. It's an extra $1,600 less, but it's moved around. A lot of the lines have moved. That's where a lot of the changes have come from since our last conversation. And if you look back here, then you also see the sheriff's share of the maintenance person, supervisor. That's a plus to his budget. It's going to lower his budget by $22,000. Also, when I was going through all the numbers again yesterday, Yvonne in the sheriff's department that does the housekeeping over there, 100% of her was budget over there, except that we've always budgeted 10% over here because she comes and locks the doors and she fills in when there's vacations, things like that. The administration buildings always pay 10% of her. So we were double counting 10%. It's $2,700, but when you're trying to make the budget work, I took it. And I decreased Larry's budget by that, or sheriff's budget by that $2,700 too. So, if you look at all these changes, we are at a bottom line total of plus $642.
Wow.
That's where we're at.
We could almost get a hallelujah.
So, does anyone have questions, concerns? Do you want? You have copies of every single.
It's like a straitjacket.
I'm telling you, don't touch these numbers. It looks great.
I really don't want to look any farther.
How much are we going to have in contingency?
Well, we have our standard contingency of 50. We added an extra 10 for sheriff FOP, so it went to 60. And we added 50 for joint dispatch.
Okay. Yes, sir.
As far as the maintenance, at this building, you're still keeping the part-time housekeepers, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Is that okay?
Yes.
And you're okay with the outsourcing of the, I know. Yeah.
All due to them, last year I shoveled sidewalks on 2 salt down, so if I have to this year, I'll do it. Hopefully we got it all covered.
Hope you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a light year.
Yes. Donna, you have your hand up?
Well, I don't know. Appropriate right now, but at some point down the road, like We didn't discuss the minute, sheriff was in a meeting, but I really like to see a minute somewhere about how this is going to work out about supervision of maintenance personnel between the buildings. I'd like to see that nailed down in minutes. I know it's by resolution, when you're on our district building, and perhaps you don't need to do that, but we need to clarify how that's going to be, because it's a very pointed decision when it happened previously. So now we're doing that, and we can clarify that in a minute. So I know we're on budget right now, I don't want to get on point yet, but at some point down the road, perhaps at in November, or whatever we want to do, but I want to bring up that needs to be written down.
Yeah, it should be addressed, so everybody's on the same page, and there's no argument there.
This, I guess for clarification, this does include, you can see it, we talked about it, it does include adding a deputy. That's in there, Sheriff.
Thank you.
We did our best.
We got here for a while.
But we just, it's an effort to do this and keep it where it's maintainable. It's all right, you can give somebody something. It doesn't work if it's not maintainable. So we have to be due diligent to make sure that it's maintainable. Is that it?
That's it, I do need a motion, I think. Do I need a motion, or what do we need to post it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be cleaner to have a motion to
With these revisions in it.
Yes.
I so moved.
Got a
Second.
Motion in a second. Motion by Ernie in a second. Call the roll.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Alt?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Curtis?
Yes.
Raymond?
Yes.
Hanson?
So that's both the audits?
No, I haven't talked about the audits yet.
Or not the audits?
Budget.
Budget.
Don't mind me. I'm combining right now in my mind.
Too wet out.
Great.
I gotta get what I got in the field out to the road. So,
You didn't do that last night, huh?
no. It was only 40% chance.
That's when you always get it, though, when you leave
I
the
know.
field.
Wouldn't have rained if I'd moved everything out.
Right. Wish you hadn't moved it.
Get this thing nailed down.
Okay, there's a couple things going on with Clifton Larson Allen. The first on the agenda is some agreed upon procedures that have to be done for ICPHD. We did not do them last year, and that was an oversight. They received a letter, I think Dee received an email from somebody at the state saying you missed these agreed upon procedures related to some reports on grants. So they're working on getting the reports done. We always did it under FIPHD, and actually Hope and I had discussion last year. We didn't get anything that told us we had to do it, etc. So we're scrambling now to get that done, and I've been talking to Hope. We're hoping to do it all electronically and save some money. I filed for an extension through November 30th. After talking to Hope, it seemed like we would be able to get it done, get the report done for FY15, so we'll be a year behind. So we're working at, I wanted to have an engagement letter today, but there's some confusion. There's not some confusion. There is a new report we didn't have to file under FIPHD. Under FIPHD, we were under the requirements for a single audit. Government, because of our level of grant funding, it is a more specific, more in-depth, and they specifically audit federal grants. It's extra procedures that occur during the audit time. Well, we don't have a single audit now. And because we don't have one for FY15, we had less requirements on our audit last year than the year before. We take out that piece, where you're looking at the grant. That part wasn't in our audit last year. So because of that, there's another report, a consolidated financial report that has to be done. And Clifton Larson Allen has to review that and sign off on that it ties to our financials. So that's an extra thing that is going to have to be done, that because it's not the exact same thing they were doing for FIPHD, she has to have her higher-ups approve the engagement letter. So unfortunately, I don't have the engagement letter right now, and I don't know what it's going to cost. There is, in our FY15 budget, I had budgeted, added $2,500 for this, because that was a year and a half ago. I didn't know if we needed it or not, but I put it in. We haven't used it. So for FY15, we have $2,500. That's what we used to spend for FIPHD. That's why it was there. That's why I came up with that number. I just added $2,500. Well, I don't know that it's going to be $2,500 now that there's these additional work to be done. And I guess at this point, I know we've got the money between that and contingent. I'd like approval to go ahead and sign. Once the engagement letter is received, Kyle and I will have to sign it. I'd like approval to sign it so we can move forward. If we wait a month, we will not get this report done by November 30th. They won't start work until they have a signed engagement letter. So now I'm kind of got a problem.
Well,
I think we need to get the engagement letter going right away because
we have no choice.
Right.
I mean, I talked to her at 5 o'clock last night, and that's when she had it ready to go, and they put the brakes on it down there.
It's not like the end of the world.
Is that your motion?
You did, I made it last time.
Did you?
I'll grab somebody to do it.
I'll make the motion. Yeah.
We don't want to do it. We don't want to do
Basically,
it.
authorize the chairman of the board to sign off on the engagement letter.
Right.
I'll second.
There you go. Good.
Let's get it done because, again, grant money is going to affect a lot of different departments.
Yeah.
Right.
It can, you know what,
Right.
we might be only talking $1 million there, but we could be talking $20 million in another department.
Right. We need to get this cleaned up, and we need to be in good grace.
Around the clock a year from now, trying to figure out where everything is.
Schmidt?
Yeah.
Alt?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Curtis?
Yes.
Raymond?
Yes.
Hanson?
Is that it?
For that piece. Moving on.
You did that motion.
I did receive the FY16 full audit engagement letter. The amount is $38,200, and that is the amount that was actually approved in July of 2015. And in the minutes there, let's see. Okay, under old business, Speckman presented the FY15 audit quote from Clifton Larson Allen. Also, if no single audit is required, the next year, the fee would be reduced further to $38,200 for the FY16 audit. It was moved by Curtis and seconded by Alt to accept the 2-year letter of engagement with Clifton Larson Allen. A voice roll call vote was taken, motion carried. Last year you approved a 2-year engagement with them. They will only do an engagement letter for 1 year, just in case something happens during the year, right? So nothing changed. It is the same wording. The amount ties to what you approved a year ago. So I'd like to get that signed as well so we can get started on the FY16 budget or audit.
I'll make a motion to approve. I'll second. I don't know if you need it, but you better do it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know that you do either.
Okay.
I wasn't sure, so. But I just wanted to make you aware.
Save a lot of cottage search if that's somebody to look at it.
Yeah. He made the motion. Let's.
To approve the FY16 engagement letter. So Kyle, we'll need to have your signature on that before you go today.
Schmidt? Alt?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Curtis?
Yes.
Raymond?
Yes.
Hanson?
If we don't, you throw it in the trash.
Is there anything
Got
else?
it.
Just one more, we've set the dates for the field work, the preliminary work, the circuit clerk audit, and then she was hoping to spend a day in your office, Lisa, the week of December 19th through the 22nd for that, usual preliminary work that they do. So that's Monday through Thursday of Christmas week. They will be here then.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. And the actual field work, full field work, where the full audit team will be here, will be the week of January 23rd and through the 27th. So a week later, we pushed them back a week. And then there'll probably be some overflow the following week for part of that week. We don't know for sure. But
Give us a little bit more time to get things jockeyed in.
yep,
You're in.
yep,
That it?
that's it.
Amen. Larry, you're up on the recycling thing?
We collected 60,000 pounds of Saturday, about 3 cents. Then Sunday, he had to go there and finish cleaning up the back in the rack. Stuff that couldn't get on the inside. Monday, they bought another set of time when we went finish the rack. A lot of stuff.
Just imagine where that ended up if we hadn't done this.
We get the bill yet?
So that's 4 cents.
No.
A lot of that. A lot of that. He said that's 16. I think we're going to make a mistake in check IDs. They haven't had another meeting yet, so we'll go and check IDs where they're from. We might have, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to believe we got that much here with 29,000.
Monty's been, and, people donated for their lunches, and, KT's donated, breakfast, for the breakfast, so there was no way.
It's amazing to me that what Cissna and
Cissna Park wasn't there. Amazing. Larry had a lot of work doing himself, but I think he worked Yeah, he worked real hard. He shouldn't have worked that hard, but Watsika FFA, wasn't it, that helped you out?
And 9 guys in FFA, Russell and I had discussed, maybe I could put in for some Smith, but I don't want Smith, but I can't have that, they have some money.
The donation wouldn't hurt.
I would like that.
Is that legal?
I think so, yeah.
We used to donate to the Iroquois County Fair years ago.
I remember the year we did that.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you want from the solid waste fund, if you want to make it.
Yeah. It'd be good, get $100 easy. It'd be good. They always need that, they always need $25. You could get the volunteer next time, I know that.
Somebody want to make a motion on the dollar amount? Has to come out of solid waste. So. We probably will get an additional bill.
Yeah, for glass.
Yeah.
Anything else?
There should be a claim by their need, $12, I think, for water and ice. I bought a lot of water and ice for them. I think about $48.
Oh, you didn't consume it all.
Boy, you were thirsty. That was a great job.
Yeah.
I want to personally thank you for taking the lead on that.
I make a motion to give FFA $1,000 for their efforts.
Yeah.
They worked hard.
I would use Larry's recommendation myself, Charlie, but
They worked hard. They were out there working real hard.
Yeah, but let's not.
I hope they can repeat it another year or two, because there's a lot like this out there still to come in.
There's a second for Charlie's motion. Anybody else want to make a motion? Charlie's dies without a second.
I would,
Do we have a second for this?
Put a bid up.
Okay, Ms. Brett Schmidt getting the second.
I'd like to take that, if you don't mind. So they say, so.
Yeah, if I can pay for your photo of I know Wendy's looking for materials.
Actually, the SFA is harder than the one percent. It was harder than anything like that.
Okay, we got a motion for 250.
Yep.
Russ Schmidt.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Alt?
Yep.
Bill?
Yes.
Curtis? Raymond? Hanson?
Now we get down to business.
Next up is Blanco.
Bill White.
How do you do?
Bill White. Bill White.
$500 on September 19th.
Hey, that's a hell of a birthday. Sheriff's getting a deputy. Got his car. We got money from Walmart.
Otherwise, we're spending that, it's going to give it to them.
Okay. So we paid his bill.
500 per month is coming in, so.
500 a month?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Making me okay.
That's great.
In the year 2007. That's why I wanted that.
I'm alive to do that, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they're alive, still paying it.
Yeah. Eric, do you have life insurance?
Yeah, right.
Okay. That's it on the Blanco. Anybody want to move to pay the claim?
I'll make the motion. How much is that electricity for county building? 5,000. How many months is that? Is it 1 month?
For electricity?
Maintenance. 5,000 bucks.
Yeah, I'm sure it is because, year to date. Year-to-date electrical expense is $71,547. So, $7,000, $7,200 a month.
Anybody got any other questions? Oh, Ernie moved. I didn't hear you. Thank you. Do we have a second to make it?
Schmidt? Alt?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Curtis?
Yes.
Raymond?
Yes.
Hanson?
Is there any old business? Is there any new business? Anybody want to go home? I'm ready to go.
Chairman can't do that. He has to.
Somebody seconded it.
Second.
Let's stay another hour.
Stay another